Don't put your phone in your pocket. Putting your phone in your pocket has shown to decrease testosterone, sperm quality, and basically lower your testosterone. That means if you don't put your phone in your pocket, it might increase your testosterone by double, threefold, like quadruple. But honestly, I don't know if it actually does that to these enormous values. It's proven that if you don't put your phone in your pocket, it will increase your testosterone. There are two things that make this so bad for you. One, the Wi-Fi or cellular phone, also called, like, the reason why that's bad is because of the EMFs. EMFs is basically that what's sent out by the phone and which gets absorbed by our body, and it's real things, and there was shown that these things have effects on us, and this is like the very bad effect on our testosterone when we like carry our phone in our pockets, and like basically we shouldn't be doing that. And the other thing is the heat effects. That's basically just your phone is always a little bit warm when you put it in your pocket. Even though you might not even feel that it's like a bit warm or something, you think, oh no, it's cold. It's just like, it's not even, it doesn't have any temperature. But it's just a little bit. You don't even feel it. And this small change influences how our testosterone and our sperm quality is. Also, I linked the whole study where it's proven that this is the case, that testosterone decreases. And I also linked Andrew Huberman podcast, like just 10 minutes, which you can watch, which basically explains it much better than I could ever do, because he's a scientist and shit, but I am just here to tell you that information from a LuxMax interview. There are stories where people went to a clinic and basically asked, can I get children? And they were prescribed by this clinic, there were tests made on them, they were prescribed by the clinic as clinically infertile. That means that they can't get any children anymore because their sperm quality is so low that they basically don't have healthy sperm to impregnate a woman. That's so fucked. But then a few weeks they come back, and the only change they said they did, and then they were suddenly not infertile anymore and they could like basically have children again, is they didn't put their phone in their pocket. Like, isn't that it's insane? The small change can have such a big effect on if someone can have children or can't have children. And if you don't know the connection, it's also explained in the video that I link.
On sperm quality, and it's not a good picture for the sperm.
Where does airplane mode fit into this equation, if at all, in terms of between on and off? I mean, does it prevent or mitigate some of the effects?
It seems to.
Yeah.
It seems to. Here's what's really scary about this meta-analysis. Their conclusion is that the total amount of time spent with the phone in the pocket is not a strong determinant, that it's not all or none, but that the threshold beyond which you start seeing these damaging effects is pretty low. So, again, here we're talking about a don't, not a do. And so it's pretty straightforward. Don't keep the phone in your front pocket if you're concerned with sperm health and testosterone production. Now, why is sperm health and testosterone production so correlated? And you say, well, duh, it's because, testosterone and sperm. But if you're not interested in conceiving children, you might not think this is an issue. But remember that the two types of cells, those Leydig cells and the Sertoli cells of the testes, combine testosterone and the androgen binding protein to give rise to sperm. So anytime you're seeing a reduction in sperm, you are definitely seeing that as a reflection of a reduction in androgen binding protein, which means whatever testosterone you have around is also not having the effect on that local organ that it should. In other words, the testes and the ovaries are very interesting organs because they secrete hormones into the body to go have effects, but they also have effects on themselves. And it's self-amplifying.
Yeah.
And so this just seems like such a straightforward one to me. And you said this back in, when was the 4 Hour Body published?
Came out in 2010.
Yeah. And I remember you and Paula Quinn and a few other people saying, like, don't keep the phone in your pocket. And I remember lecturing to about 400 students about this. And I would say about half, just, by my read, about half of the guys in the class took the phone out of their pocket when they heard this. I think young people who aren't thinking about having children at all right now are absolutely the ones that should be most concerned.
Testosterone and sperm quality are directly connected with each other. It's really insane. So essentially, just carry your phone everywhere. In the winter, it's easy as fuck. You can just put it in your like in your jacket, or when you're in school, you put it in your bag. Whenever you have a bag, put it in your bag. And basically, the only cases where you have to carry it around is indoors, which wouldn't be a problem. Maybe you're at a party or something. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just carry it around with you all the time. Just have it in your hand. It's not even weird. I do this like all the time. I never put my phone in my pocket, honestly, and it's never even said, and no one said ever anything about it. Like when you're outside and it's summer or something where you have to can't put it anywhere, that's alright. Just carry it around. When you're with the girl, they often have a handbag. You just give it to them. Yeah. So basically, just don't put your phone in your pocket. Okay. That's at least how I route. Always carry it around. If it's warm outside, you will catch me carrying my phone. So never put it in your pocket. Basically, to further understand this whole point and how important it is, please just watch the podcast, and maybe if you're interested, read the study. Honestly, the podcast I would recommend more because it's just like a little bit easier to understand. But basically, just don't put your phone in your pocket. That's the thing that you should take away from this video. And there are a few things more that I want to add to increase testosterone, which might help you. Testosterone is produced by testosterone. The foundation of testosterone are a few things that are very important. These are like your diet, basically. And I take a few supplements to optimize my testosterone to the levels that should be optimal. Like I give my body the nutrients that should be the best for it, so it can produce as much testosterone as possible. First, we have vitamin D3, basically just vitamin D, which you get by the sun, but most people don't go out as much. Most people have a deficiency, so I supplement it like with a supplement. I also take vitamin K2 with that because it absorbs better with vitamin D3. Then I take omega-3 with that, like 2000 milligrams, which is 1000 DH, like omega-3 is like fish oil, like it's 2000 milligrams of fish oil, but then there is like 500 of this one thing, DHT, I don't know, and the other thing. And I take creatine, like 5 grams every day, and magnesium threonate in the evening for my